No, they're not nice. Hi, welcome. Slow Flow Sunday. Oh yeah, I hadn't gotten a ticket before. Yeah. Oh, I'd been pulled over several times. That's funny. That is weird. Sanger's pretty bad too. Okay, puppies, we're gonna do our thing now. Can you find a place to be? Can you find it? We're gonna start standing. No, out, all the way out. I guess the other girl isn't gonna come. That's all right. She was a new person. It's hard to get new people to come because they don't know, what the culture is. Brady, hop out, hop out, hop out. Okay, so just finding your feet below your hips or a little bit farther out from each other if that feels more comfortable. And we're going to start with rebounding. So coming up on your toes just a little bit and then bounce on your heels. How are you feeling today? Did you have a good Christmas? Yeah. Oh. They don't all come to you? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's the worst. Oh, God. Okay. Don't fall down. Just keep bouncing. Allow your shoulders to loosen up. Allow your fingers to relax. And then we're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale, stop. And feel the tingles in your body. Close your eyes if you can. If you can't, just look down. And feel all the energy, the prana, life force flowing through your body, getting woken up. And then soften your knees. Make sure they're nice and soft. We're not locking out our knees. Find this exhale that curls the pubic bone up just slightly towards the navel, engaging the pelvic floor. Take your hands away from your body just a little bit. We're not bringing them out very far. The palms are facing to the back. On your next inhale, take your right hand and rotate it open so that the palm turns to face to the front, maybe all the way to the wall, depending on your shoulder rotation. Exhale back in, facing to the back. Switch sides. Inhale, rotate. And exhale back, checking in with your spinal alignment. Inhale, right hand. Exhale, left hand. And exhale, rolling it back. We're going to do one more time each side. You could be going a little slower than me, maybe a little bit faster, although it is called Slow Flow Sunday, so don't go too fast. Last one, inhale, open. Give it that stretch. And exhale back to the front. Then we'll do both hands at the same time. Inhale, open. Maybe a little lift of the chest. And exhale, rotating back down. Notice the rotation coming from the shoulder. And exhale. One more time. And exhale back in. Soften your arms down by your side. And take that pause to notice how everything's feeling. Notice that tingles in your hands and your fingers. Notice how your shoulders feel. Okay, now open your eyes if they weren't open already, and finding a spot on the wall that you feel comfortable, because we are going to come up off our heels a little bit for the next practice. If you don't want to, that's okay, but challenge yourself to see how it feels. So we're going to work in increments. So inhale, you're going to float your arms up about a third of the way and come up a little bit off your heels. And then exhale, slowly float them back down. Then we'll inhale, come up about halfway. And exhale, slowly float back down. Now about 2/3, 3/4, whatever. I'm not going to get a protractor out. Exhale, float back down. And then all the way up. And exhale, all the way down. Now we're going to come back down. So going to about 3/4, 2/3. Exhale. Coming up to a T. And exhale down. And then a little ways out. I don't know what's happening right now. It always happens when I start talking. And exhale. Take a pause here. Now that you know what we're doing, we're going to do the whole thing one more time. And then with the heels, you can be coming all the way up with each one. Or you can try to go a little bit, then a little bit more, then a little bit, But that's optional. That's real brain connectivity. But it's also about finding that balance. Okay. On your next inhale, float your arms out just a little ways. And exhale down. Up to a T. And exhale down. About 3/4. And exhale. And all the way up. And of course, if you have any shoulder discomfort, all the way up can look the same as 3/4. You don't have to go all the way up. Then we'll go back to 3/4. Back to halfway. And then just a little bit. And down. Very nice. Cast your gaze down or close your eyes. Taking that moment to let everything integrate. Noticing deeply how the body feels. Can you feel your ankles and your toes? Feel your belly where you've been breathing. Your hands from the elevation change and your shoulders. Okay, let's step our right foot forward, left foot back. For our warrior one feet do not have to be lined up with each other. A little bit of space is nice. And the toes don't both have to face front. Back toe faces out just a little bit. Keeping the pelvis forward. We're going to just float our arms out to the side, go all the way up. Inhale, or 3/4, whatever feels better for your shoulder. And exhale back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale down. And then we're going to hold. So inhale, floating up and staying here. And if this is too much for your shoulders, you can be here. That's fine too. Finding what feels right for you. On your inhales in this posture, think about lengthening up through the spine. Maybe a little reach with the arms. And exhale, low belly draws in. Couple more breaths. And then stepping back together on your next exhale. And finding pause. Noticing this time the difference from one side to the other. So on the leg that was back, you might feel it in your whole side body that was holding firm to keep your leg back there. You might feel it more in your glute on that side. The leg that was in the front, you might feel it in the quad. And now we'll switch sides. And again, floating the hands out to the side, making sure your hips are facing forward. It's almost like your feet just split apart. Inhale, soften the knee, float the arms out. And exhale, straighten the leg, arms float down. Flow like the water. Two more times, and then we'll hold. And now we'll hold this next one. Remembering on your exhales to firm the belly. Lengthen, really press down into that back heel maybe. Maybe just lift ribcage up away from pelvis. Maybe you just hold the position. Finding what works for your body today. A little bit of challenge. And staying safe. On your next exhale, float back down, come all the way back together. And pause. Hopefully noticing that you feel evened out. The fronts of the legs, back of the legs, everything should feel the energy now. Maybe some heat. Now we're going to inhale, float the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, soften the knees, and float the arms down. And then come all the way back up. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine first. Let the elbows lead you up to activate the erector spinae, drawing you up. Exhaling over. We're going to do this a few times. Keeping the belly firm as you lift back up again. Pressing through the heels. Exhale over. And inhale back up. And exhale, arms come down. Stay standing. Drop your gaze or close your eyes and take a moment. How do the hamstrings feel? How does the spine feel? Now we'll step, right foot forward again. Same thing. Warrior 1 feet. Hips are facing me. And this time we're going to let our arms flow through a little sequence. As you inhale, soften the front knee, float your arms up to in front of you and bring them back. That's your inhale. Exhale, straighten your leg and press your hands down. Inhale, floats them up, pulls them in. Exhale, press them down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. We're going to hold that position. Exhale. Last one and we'll hold. Inhale here. And keep your arms here. And now we're going to start punching, but we're going to be gentle. We're not really trying to hurt anybody. So soften through your shoulders. Get firm in the legs and the lower body, and the lower body won't move. And just with your breath, and whatever pace you want, it's slow flow. Just start taking your fists out in front of you and bringing it back. And then switch. Noticing the shift in your balance. Noticing how your body responds. Keeping your breath steady. Finish one more round from whatever hand you started with onto the second one. Pausing here. Inhale. And exhale, press it down. Step back together. Finding pause. Really notice how your hands feel, how your shoulders feel. Maybe how your spine and your core and your trunk feels. It's a lot of work to hold yourself up. Notice how tight you were gripping. Did you make really hard fists or soft fists? And then switching legs. And we got it now. Inhale. Bring it in. Exhale, press. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale. 2 more times. Last one, and we'll hold here. And when you feel ready, you can start making your punches. Holding your balance steady. Gentle, keeping the inhales soft and consistent. Karate class today. Last round, wherever you're at, finish your first hand and your second hand. Inhale here. And exhale back down. Step together. Finding pause. Checking in with your breath, the rate. Checking in with your heart. Can you feel your heart beating? And we'll forward fold again to kind of center ourselves back out. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Soften your knees. There's no need to kind of press them down straight. Pressing out through the heels to lift you back up. Exhaling over. Keeping the belly firm the whole way up, the whole way down. And exhale over. Let's do one more. And we'll stay in our forward fold for a few breaths. And exhale over. Option to grab your block here if you would like to. Use a block under your hands to support you. Soften your neck. Release the hold there. You can keep your knees soft here, but sometimes it feels easier to try to straighten the leg. And the option is also inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. It also feels good to try to keep a little abduction in the legs, which is where you're pulling your knees apart. Kind of creates this really beautiful space in the sacral area of the pelvis. Can get a little release. I missed my chiropractor on Friday. Ugh, I have to go tomorrow. On your next inhale, arms come out. Spine straightens all the way back up, see? And exhale down, crunch. Finding a pause here. Noticing how the elevation change feels in your head. A forward fold is a mini inversion even. Changes that flow. Okay. Now, sticking with our punching theme, we're going to go wide leg. Little kind of a horse stance, and you guys are welcome to turn sideways if it feels more comfortable for you. Little bit of a horse stance, so think pubic bone pulls up, tailbone drops straight down, knees go out over toes. Tiny bend. We're not looking into a deep bend here. Tiny bend is all you need. Let's bring our fists back up to our hips here, or waist. That's what that's called. As you inhale, reach the right arm up and across the body, straightening out the right leg. Exhale back. Switch sides. Take it nice and slow, being very conscious, very mindful of what the body is doing. Noticing your hand is crossing the midline. That affects the brain. It's very good for it. The hemispheres, integrating. Inhaling into the posture, exhaling back to your center. When you come back up to the right, hold in this position. When you exhale here, keep your arms and legs straight, but pull the belly in. Really feel that exhale. Inhale, maybe reach even farther. You can even let go of the fist if you want to take your fingers into it. On your next exhale, bringing it back down through center. And then inhale to the other side and hold here. Feeling the belly firm with your exhales. Inhale reaches. Really just in line with the opposite shoulder, or just past. We're not trying to dive over to the side. It's really more about that opening through the length of the side body. On your next exhale, bring it back down through center. Inhale to stand. Relax your arms down. Keep your legs wide for your pause. Keep your pelvis tilted. And notice how that feels. Notice your side bodies. Notice your arms and your hands. Notice your quads. On your next inhale, float the arms out to the side, all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center prayer. Bring it down. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way back up. This time as you exhale, arms float out, hinge at the hips. Inhale, float back up. Hands come together. Exhale, bring them down, heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale up. Last time. Inhale up. Everybody's crunchy. I love it. Me too. And inhale all the way back up. And just exhale, relax. You can bring your feet together. Take a moment. Notice how all that movement feels in your body. Notice the difference in the weight of your feet and the pressure from having the legs wide versus having them together. To me, it feels like my body's heavier when my feet are farther apart. You may feel like it's easier when your feet are farther apart. It's just things to take notice of. Okay, now open your eyes, find the spot on the wall. We're going to play with our tree today. So we'll start small, but option to move up. We don't usually move up, but we're going to move up if you feel like moving up. If you don't, just stay in baby tree. That's fine. So shift your weight to your right foot. Make it strong. The whole leg turns on all the way up into the glutes, all the way into the quads. Then lift the heel of the other foot, turn the knee out, and we'll just start with the heel resting on the other foot and hands in heart center. Give a little push. If you press your palms together just a little bit, it encourages that midline squeeze. You're squeezing, lifting up through the midline. And now, if this feels good, maybe you want to just play around with bringing the foot up to the calf. See what it feels like. Keep pressing the knee open. Ooh, squeezing through the midline. And this can be it for today. I don't think we need to push it up any farther. Definitely do not go up to the knee. You never want to put your foot on your knee. Releasing when you feel ready and giving them a shake. Yes. Big shake. Whatever. Finding your feet on the floor. Maybe you want to spread your toes, wider bottom to make it easier. Shift your weight to the other foot. Turn that leg on. Glute turns on. Quad turns on. Then lift the heel. Turn the knee open. And rest the heel across the other foot. Hands find heart center. Squeeze the palms together. Encouraging that midline. And when you feel ready to play with it, maybe bring it up. I love listening to that lady out there chatting with my mom. Because I know my mom is telling her all kinds of stuff. That's not true. And it's fun. She doesn't want to not know stuff. So she just makes stuff up. And then release when you feel ready. Did she ever tell you she's from Scotland? Oh, okay. That's good. No. Her father is. And yes, she will tell people that. It is so great. I'll be like, she's from New York. People come to me later. I had no idea your mom was from Canada. She's not. She's so great. I know it is. It's really cute. It's really cute. You got to keep it fun. Taking a little pause here, noticing how the nervous system is reacting to all the balance. And that is enough standing. Let's get down. Good Lord. We're going to go to knees first. Everybody okay with that? I feel like you guys both have sensitive knees, don't you? Can we do our lightning posture? If not, I have other plans. You just had an injury, right? From when you fell. You don't normally have knee? Yeah. Mine are just crunchy. That's all right. Bodies change. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did with the arms going a little ways and then a little higher and a little higher. And we're going to flow through our child's pose with each one. So inhale just a little ways out. And then exhale all the way back down to child's pose. Option to take your hands to your feet or bring the hands out in front. I like to the feet because this feels more flowy to me. On your inhale, come all the way back up. Hands come to a T. And exhale back to child's pose. Inhale about 3/4-ish. And exhale down. Belly has to stay pretty firm here. This is a strong core exercise. Inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Now we're going to work our way back down again. Inhale 3/4. Exhale down. Inhale to the T. Exhale down. And inhale just a little ways out. Exhale down. We will stay down. And you may find a child's pose that feels good for you, whether that looks like using a block under your head. Sometimes it even feels better to pull a pillow up underneath you to lay on. Put it between your legs and lay over it. So just work with what you got. Noticing how the pelvis feels. The hip flexors have to work really hard on that move. The belly has to hold very firm all the way around to the low back. That transversus abdominal muscles that kind of squeeze all the way around. So kind of really bring your attention into that fulcrum point of the body, which is where we're bending. And we'll do it all one more time. A couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, lifting up, bring the arms out a little ways. Exhale back down. You can keep your block there if you want to. I'm going to take mine away. Inhale up to a T. And exhale back down. Crunch. Inhaling 3/4. Almost skipped it. My legs are feeling it. This is a good one. Inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Then we're going to work our way back down again. Inhaling to the almost all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale to the halfway. Exhale all the way down. Inhale to the little bitty ways. And exhale. We'll take a shorter pause this time. And then we're going to come all the way down onto our bellies. So put your hands up underneath your shoulders and keep your elbows right up by your side. And your face is going to hover right over the mat. We're just going to work in Baby Cobra today, but we're going to think about it first. Believe it or not, it is actually beneficial for the brain function, the nervous system function, to visualize this move before you actually do it. So making sure your toes are pointed out behind you, the tops of your feet are flat on the mat. On your exhale, bringing that pubic bone up just slightly towards the navel, feeling the engagement of the low belly. And without moving, just thinking about it, what we're going to do is inhale, we're going to slide the face forward, lift the face up, pull the shoulders back and down, lifting the chest maybe a little bit, and then exhale, roll all the way back down. Let's think about it again. Inhale, we'll lengthen tall out of the spine, rolling that marble away with our nose as we lift the face, shoulder blades sliding down the back to roll the shoulders up as the chest maybe lifts. Exhale. Everything comes down. One more time, we're going to think about it. Inhale. You'll lift your face, lift your shoulders, lift your chest. And then exhale, slowly roll chest, shoulders, face back down. And now we pause, just as if we had moved. Now we're going to do a 1/4 inch. So really, we're practically doing what we just did, except we're going to actually activate the muscles that'll do the move, but we're still not going into full Baby Cobra. So on your next inhale, lengthen out through the spine and lift the nose off the mat about 1/4 inch. Feel the spinal muscles turning on, the erectors brachii. Exhale, belly draws in, and you drop back down that 1/4 inch. Inhale, lengthen and lift just a little bit. Exhale, bring it back down. Tuning in as you inhale to all those little muscles alongside your spine. Feeling them turn on, and then exhale, lower. 2 more times. And then we'll take our pause. And you can relax your arms if you need to for a second. Because really tune into the spine here. If we stopped here, you would be getting all the benefits out of this posture. We've activated all those muscles. We've turned them on in our nervous system as well as actually using them. We are going to go into the full extension of Baby Cobra. But just notice how those muscles feel in the spine. And then bringing your hands back up under your shoulders if you had moved them. Forehead is down. And on your next inhale, sliding the face forward to lift it slowly. Shoulder blades sliding all the way down your back. Maybe the chest lifts. Don't press in your hands. Exhale, roll back down. We're going to do 5. Take your time. Inhale, slowly lifting up. Exhale, down. Inhaling to lift. And you may be going slower than I'm cueing, or maybe a little faster. And that's fine. No pressing through the hands. If you need to wiggle your fingers to remind you. Doing one more. From wherever you're at, pause at the top of the inhale. Feel all those muscles activated from your glutes all the way up. And then exhale all the way down. Bring your arms up underneath your forehead. And relax. Relax the legs. Relax the booty. Good job. Let's flip over. I think, Dan, that one's harder on my elbows than anything else. Although my back may feel differently tomorrow. I'm supposed to be doing an asana practice every day with my new yoga teacher training. I'm not. I don't do it. I don't. I will meditate for 2 hours. But I just don't want to do an hour of yoga every day. Isn't that weird for me to say? I know. So funny. Inhale, soften the belly, open. Exhale, draw the belly in. Feel the pubic bone drawing up towards the navel. Now this stuff I do because I have to. I'm telling you guys, this simple move, inhaling, soften the belly, open up through the front body. Exhale, gather the core, pull the pubic bone up towards the navel. If you do this every day, your low back will feel so grateful. If you have sciatic issues, if you sit all day, just doing this. And then if you want to take it into Apanasana, bring your knees up. Open, make space on your inhale, and exhale. Let the pelvis do the work here, the core do the work. And then bringing your feet up off the ground. Make an L out of your legs. Your knees are bent. Hands come out to the side, about 45 degrees. Palms are down. Inhale, knees go to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, knees to the right. Exhale, center. Keep your shoulders planted down, and you don't have to go far. You can go as far as you want to. I like to start small and then work my way up. We're not even going to go the whole way. Just go back and forth with your breath. Really just warming up the spine for a seated twist that we're going to do next. And getting a lovely little low back massage along the way. Notice how that feels when you go across the sacrum from one side to the other. Let that feel really nice. Exhaling, draw that belly in to pull the knees back up. Finishing up the round that you're on, ending with your second side. And then place your feet back down and take a little pause. And we'll either roll onto your side and get yourself up, or just rock and roll all the way up. Sitting up on a blanket. If you prefer, we're just going to do a little bit of seated twists. So easy seated pose is fine. On your next inhale, bring your arms up, palms face up. Exhale, turn to face the window and take your left hand and touch your right shoulder and bring the other hand down to the floor. Inhale back to center, to the front, palms turn up. Exhale to the other side, so your right hand will touch your left shoulder and the other hand finds the floor. Inhale to center, take your time. And exhale to twist. Inhaling through center. And exhale to twist. So when we're laying down, we exhale into center because we're using that exhale effort of the belly drawing in to bring the knees back up. When we're sitting, we use our exhale effort in the belly to create this crunch in the oblique, creating the twist. And then we add in the fun little element of crossing the midline with our hand, contacting the body, integrating the nervous system. And exhale. Finishing up on your second side, come back to center, inhale, arms come up. And exhale, bring the hands down. Take a little pause. And then we're going to give our feet some love today. It's been a minute since we gave our feet some love. So finding a position that's comfortable for you. I like to keep my bottom leg straight and cross my other leg over. So whatever works for you, you want to get to your foot. So you need to grab a pillow or a block. Or if you want to sit like this, I don't know, that seems really hard. I don't know, whatever works. Find something that's pretty comfortable. And we're going to start by gripping the toes all with your fingers and then taking the other hand and taking it over the heel. And we're going to twist. Twist the foot, toes come down towards you. It doesn't matter. We're going to twist both ways. So if you twist the foot away from you, then that's fine too. But pull your heel in the opposite direction. So you create a full twist in the entire foot. Then switch directions. So the toes will go the other way and you'll press the heel in the opposite direction. Emily, you want to bring your kids to the park on Tuesday? It's New Year's Eve. Release. We really kind of thought people would not have to work that day. You have to work on New Year's Eve? That's a thing? All right. We're not done. Do you want to use your pillow? You want to just come and say hi? That'd be good. Now we're going to boyfriend hold our fingers and our toes. And this is not always real easy. So if you can't get your fingers in there, that's okay. Just get them in as best you can. Maybe just the tips. This takes a lot of practice. It is so good to spread your toes out. We're so weird with our shoes. I know it's important because you don't want to hurt your feet and stuff, but not wearing shoes really allows your feet to spread in their natural place. Place your hand over your ankle for support, and let's just make some big circles. Think about taking the ankle in its full range of motion. Maybe if we're lucky, somebody will crackle pop. Nice and slow. Yay! And then go the other direction. My ankles are usually pretty crunchy. I can't sneak around the house at night. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm coming. And then we're going to take it after that rotation and press the toes up towards the knee. So into deep flexion. And then pull the toes down towards your body. So point your toes into extension. And then taking your opposite hand to the center of your foot, give a little squeeze. Maybe a little rub. You can love on your feet. If you have an aversion to touching your own feet, you obviously do not have to do this stuff, but I would invite you to explore why you have an aversion to touching a part of your own body. It's something that we might want to look at, that's all. Not a big deal. Then squeeze the toes. Just for a second, squeeze, 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 and release slowly, pulling your fingers out. And then setting the foot back down, take a look at it. Notice how it looks. Let's bring them both up and take a look at both of them and look at the difference. So the one that you just played with is going to have the toes all spread nice. It's going to probably have some color to it. The other foot's going to look sad and lonely and cold. And then notice that prana flow through your foot. You know, our feet do stuff for us every day. It's good to give them some attention. And we'll switch sides. Finding first that twist. So grabbing your toes around, all the way around, and then grabbing your heel in the opposite direction, and then twist. So I start by turning my big toe down towards my foot, and then press the heel in the opposite direction. And then switch. And then release that. And now we do rotation. Did we do boyfriend hold before we did rotation on the last one, or did we just do rotation like this? Okay, we can wait. Can't remember. We're too busy talking about working on New Year's Eve. It's been a minute since I had a real job, I guess. I mean, I work every day. And go the opposite direction. Yay, crunchy ankles. And then we'll take our boyfriend hold with our toes. Work them in there if you can't. All right. And then press into the feet. Does that hurt your toes? Oh, see? Did you know it was sore? That's great. It's working. And then point your toes towards you. A good way to kind of check in with the body. See what's going on. And then bringing that other hand, letting your thumb kind of rub around the center of the foot. Just feeling what needs to be kind of rubbed out a little. And then squeeze. Squeeze your toes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. Slowly pulling your fingers out. And then we'll take a look at our feet again. And just sending them love, sending them compassion, gratitude. Thank you, feet and toes, for everything you do. So underappreciated. All right. Now, finding a comfortable place for your feet. So if easy seated does not feel good to you and you want to sit like this, that's fine. But now we're going to do our hands. So bringing your fingers up, your hands just worked really hard on rubbing your feet. So let's rub our hands. So taking each finger, squeezing it, pulling it back, and folding it in, squeezing it down. So either direction, squeeze down first and then pull back, whatever you want to do. And make sure you get your thumb. And then we'll press through the wrists, pushing first down. And then flip them over. And then release slowly and place your hand down and notice how it feels. And maybe take a look at it. You can see the blood flowing better through your hand. It probably has more of a color to it. It must be cold outside. And then let's do the other hand again. Knuckles go both directions. Squeeze them down and press them back. Doesn't matter which one you do first. Sometimes those things matter. But I like to try to give people options in class. And then doing your wrist after you get through your thumb. Pressing first into flexion. And then flip. So good. And then take a little pause, noticing how that hand looks and feels. Maybe all your fingers feel fired up and alive and full of vigor after all that attention. I know, especially in colder seasons and in later times in life, it is really important to encourage blood flow to the extremities. And self-massage is one of the best ways to do that. So you can do that every day. Another thing that's really good is just taking your palms together like this and then pulling your palms apart but keeping your fingers together and finding this stretch. Because as we age, our fingers start to curl in. Just keep stretching them open. I mean, we want to age gracefully and allow these changes to happen while also keeping mobility at its optimal place, right? So even if you're in your 20s or 30s, start stretching your fingers. All right, and then we'll lay down. Get ready for Shavasana. Finding a comfortable position. If you need to do a couple of Upanasanas first, bringing your knees in and out, kind of rebalancing your low back after all of that sitting, go ahead and do this. Or if you just want to take a couple breaths with the knees bent. And then finding your way to a place that feels good for your body. Whether that looks like a pillow under your knees or your knees bent. And falling in. If it's okay for your shoulders and you'd like to turn your palms to face up. Or maybe you want to place your hands on your body. One hand on your heart, one hand on your navel. Finding something that feels connected for you. I am going to sit up, but you stay down. I think I'm just going to leave it on this music. I like this station. Taking a moment to allow your body to settle into your Shavasana position. Letting it work out through all those little bits that needs the last little second of shifting here and there to allow yourself to completely fall into stillness. Bring your awareness into the back of your head. Feel it lying on the mat. Gravity pulls it down. And let go through your neck. So you're not resisting in any way. Let the head hang heavy. Now notice through your face any tension that you're holding on to. Maybe it's in the eyes or behind the eyes. Maybe your jaw or your cheeks or brow. And then letting your shoulders melt into the mat, releasing completely. The chest lets go. Each arm all the way down to your fingers. Noticing as the belly moves with the breath. And letting go of any tension you're holding from the upper belly down into the lower belly. Release the hips and the glutes. Notice any places that are still trying to hold on. Down through the legs, into your knees, all the way down to your ankles. Maybe your feet start to fall apart a little bit more. Maybe you can soften through your toes just a little bit more. And then just allow your body to be in this state. Complete surrender, trust, relaxation. We'll take a few minutes here, listen to the music, listen to the environment, listen to your breath, and watch the mind as the thoughts float by. Take a deep inhale. If you can, try to catch that last thought. And exhale completely, letting it go. Taking a few more deep conscious breaths. Fully aware of the inhale and fully aware of the exhale. And then bringing in that feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for your body exactly the way it is right now. Everything it does for you every day, from your heart beating and your lungs breathing to your mind thinking. Say thank you to your vessel. And then when you feel ready, start to wiggle. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Gently and slowly bringing movement into your body. Maybe finding a stretch. Make your way to sitting however feels best for you. You can roll onto your side and hang out for a minute. Just pop it straight up. I know how y'all do. And then taking just that last final moment. Feel through the body. Feel the prana energy flowing through you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Happy New Year. Everybody got big plans?